What's up, everybody? Welcome to We're Offended, You're Offended. I'm Kim the bitch. This is Tyler. And it is Thursday. So I hope everybody had a fantastic hump day and hope you're having a good Thursday so far. Um, Not sure if anybody's been watching the trials today. I watched a little bit of them.
Oh, boring.
Right? That girl is super boring.
Boring.
But the one thing that I
Which
found,
one?
Raquel. The one thing that I found, I didn't get past Raquel. I think I just got to near the end of hers and I was just, ugh.
Okay. Wait. Her name's Raquel?
Yeah.
People were saying her name is Rocky.
They call her Rocky.
Motherfuck. Who the fuck? I was thinking, who the fuck names their kid Rocky? That's a terrible female name. To be fair, that's not a really good guy's name unless you, like...
Sylvester Stallone. Hello. But anyway.
It's not a real name.
I know. No, her name's Raquel. But it was kind of interesting to see the change from like literally one day. One day she's talking to the plaintiffs people, their lawyers, right?
Camille,
and she's just very
the real She-Hulk.
Yeah. And then, but she's just all straight faced and just whatever. And then as soon as she starts talking to Amber's team, all of a sudden the waterworks come out and stuff. And you're just like, really? This was a day later. Like it's like from the, blah, 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 blah. I see. I'm just so mind baffled. I can't even talk. But it was like the day after she gave the first deposition. So it's just like, well, how all of a sudden now are you sitting there crying? What would you like?
So before we get into that and a bunch of other things, of course, we are here Monday to Friday. I have to keep reiterating, we do have some things that are coming, some things that are in the works, some changes to make it a little bit for your time to feel that it is worth spending here.
Oh my God. Are you broken? Did you not get your food today? You're eating vape juice.
No. In fact, I had a little Nashville hot chicken.
Nashville? Are you in Tennessee?
Nashville.
Because you're the only 10 I see.
But of course, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Spotify. Leave us a review, share this with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your dog, share it with your mistress.
Yeah, share it with everyone.
Go.
Hey, do you see this spot here? You see this? This lovely little shadow?
Oh, why, did you get punched? Did I beat the fuck out of you?
You did. Yeah. See, my eye looks a little puffy here too. It's called lack of sleep.
You're taking the Amber defense, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I've personally been there. I've seen battered women and been there, but definitely when I see her injuries, I'm like, oh yeah, this girl was definitely beat, 100%.
You're battered. Oh
my God.
I like my fish and my women. Don't piss me off. What the fuck happened to the other article that I had pulled up?
Don't know.
Oh well. Well, no, I got to. Well, there was that chick, and then there was someone else. Like I was checking in through the day, and I just, okay, so it's more depositions. Okay, well, fuck this. Like this is boring, drawn on. No. Like,
Well, see,
what the fuck? Give the man a blowjob, give him his money, and fuck off to the insane asylum. Don't shit in my coffee, bitch.
Right? Well, what I find funny too is
you can get yours.
Sorry, what about your coffee?
Nothing. What?
What I find annoying too is that, like, so this person is giving.
No, shut the fuck up. Question of the day. You canceled your Netflix subscription, and why haven't you if you have not? Yep, dead air. Yeah, yeah.
Because I like shows on there.
I'm not talking to you. Not talking to you. No. You want to be a battered fish?
No, not really. As delicious as they are, no, I'm good.
Ooh, nice little cayenne, salt, pepper in the breading. Come on.
Mm.
And get this double chin for nothing.
Okay, so anyway, but what I find kind of comical about the whole thing is, she's other than the fact that she literally one day she looks all like, I'm so irritated with all these questions. Yeah, I remember. I don't recall. No, yes, no. To all of a sudden crying, but a lot of the stuff that she's saying, she's never once actually seen Johnny hit her ever. Like, and the way that she kinda, like, would kinda say things like, "Well, have you ever seen him be violent towards her?" "Yes." Or physical towards her? "Yes."
Yeah,
"But in which
I've
way?
seen that.
Did you
Yeah.
kick her? Did he kick her? Did he punch her? Did you da 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 da?" And they're listing all these things off. "No, no, no." Okay, so what did he
Well, like,
do?
did he
Lick her
did he
nose?
tongue punch her asshole?
Right?
Like what? Like give us something. Well, no, I never seen him be physical. Okay, but then you've never seen him be physical with her.
Right? And the thing is, okay, he's a guy, for one. He's a man who is
What?
generally stronger than females, okay? She's a small girl. And regardless, even if he were to punch me, for one, he wears rings on all of his fingers, like, all the time. Like, she's even been quoted saying she's never seen him without his rings. So if he were actually to punch her, whether it's in the face, in the mouth, in the head, she would have much more than the tiniest little shadow here, a little bit of a mark. Like, she would be buggered up if he were to actually punch her in the face. And
Buggered
a
up.
lot of those pictures were taken that day or the next day. Like, no. And normally next day the bruises look worse, not better.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, I didn't really watch it because, like I said, the depositions I don't care. Like these people, they're not interesting. They're not. I don't think they're adding anything substantive. Substantive. Is that word?
substantial.
Sub- No, no. Well, kind of, but that's not the word I'm going for. Like, no, nothing substantive. Substantive. You know what word I'm trying to say? Whatever. They're
And
not adding anything. Oh, I ended up tuning out of that, and I ended up watching a bunch of gay porn. So
oh,
that's yeah,
that's what's
that's
happening, huh?
yeah. Surprise! Oh shit!
Shit, there was something else about that I was gonna um oh yeah, yeah. Well, and then she's talking about like, okay, well, yeah, I seen him like push things off of the counter and stuff like that in anger. Okay. That doesn't prove anything. That doesn't prove that a guy is going to be violent towards another human being if they throw something. You know what I mean? Like, why is this relevant?
Well, I'll beat the shit. Like, well, mind you, because we're renovating. I know you guys can't see, but I busted the fuck out of that door right behind her. But it was like, well, we're renovating a bunch of stuff anyways. So, like, if I like, it was kind of a more of a it'd be funny, like to Kool-Aid Man it through the door, kind of, you know. But
Yeah. Sure, you found it comical when the look on my face when I walked in the door that one day. There's pieces of wall everywhere. I was like, "What the hell happened? Are you okay?"
yeah, yeah. No, actually, today I spent my time researching how to level a floor.
Oh, exciting.
No, no,
No, not exciting.
no,
All right, so other than
no. But
the
I
crazy
did
Amber
see.
bitch, sorry, I was just gonna say what you got on the docket, but what did you see? There must be a delay. Sorry.
Well, no. So, yeah. I guess in Ottawa. Um. So this is. I find this a little weird. So Tamara Lich, of course, that was one of the organizers for the so-called Freedom Convoy. So she was supposed to. Well, I guess I'll just read it. So from CTV News, as Crown prosecutors want Ottawa protest organizer Tamara Lich sent back to jail to await trial, claiming she breached her bail conditions by agreeing to participate in an event next month where she will receive a Freedom Award.
Oh, come on.
So at a gala organized by the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedom, scheduled for June 16th, Lich will be given the George Jonas Freedom Award to recognize her participation in the protest that gridlocked Ottawa's downtown. Okay, blah, blah, I don't give a fuck. Okay, so she was arrested back in February, where she spent 18 days in jail for mischief. Mischief. That's what they got her on. That was the best thing. Was mischief is if you got nothing else and you just want to slap something on them that, hey, yeah, you know, you done. We didn't like what you did. That's what a mischief charge is. It is a slap on the fucking wrist. That's what that is. But the bail conditions also require not to verbally, in writing, financially, or by any other means support anything related to the Freedom Convoy. That bothers me. Big time. It's one thing to say, support anything related to the Freedom Convoy. And I immediately went to, what, self-determination? Personal choice? Like, do you want to encapsulate that umbrella? Because that's what the Freedom Convoy was about. It was about personal choice. Now we have this discussion about, we had this whole thing, the Roe v. Wade and abortion thing. Weird. Oh, my body, my choice here, but not my body, my choice here.
100%.
Okay. I can make that like here's my body, my choice. Here is individual choice. Yeah, I can see. I can total, like, it's perfect. It's just logical. That is such a logical leap to make. Freedom of choice. My body, hold on. Freedom of choice. My body, my choice. Mandatory vaccinations. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice, perfectly straight line.
Yeah. No, anyone logical would be able to understand. But what I find, not to verbally, in writing, financially, or by any other means support anything related to the Freedom Convoy. I'm assuming they're meaning indirect. I'd say, like, speaking as a representative or some shit. But
can't even get it on board.
Compelled speech. This is where we are, because it wasn't enough for Arthur Pawlowski that he had to denounce his own position in a so-called free and democratic society, where Justin Trudeau recently just came out and said it's unbelievable that Russia would ban Canadian journalists from showing people the truth.
Really?
Hey, who banned RT? Wasn't Russia didn't ban RT? Canada did. Canada actively suppresses any news agency that goes contrary to what they're speaking about. So what journalism? Right. And in fact, directly in with that that tweet that I'd seen, someone said, well, who? Give me a single news agency or journalist that has been banned from speaking, or that Justin Trudeau has censored. And so people were saying, Rebel News or True North News. Those are some that are actively being suppressed by the government. The government doesn't give accreditation.
Yeah.
And so this dumb cockholster for Justin Trudeau says, can you give me someone who's accredited? That's the point. That's the whole point.
Give me someone that's accredited. Okay. Well, the only ones that are actually accredited are the ones who are your little lapdogs who are being paid to say what you want them to say. But the other people, they're not going to be accredited because they don't want that to be. So,
But, so think of it this way. So the government decides who has accreditation, who is a credible journalist. So that would be like me saying, I'll give you money as long as you report on the news. And at the same time, your credentials are directly based on whether I say you have the credentials to be a journalist. So, you talk bad about me, I guess you don't get an accreditation. Interesting how that works. I held the problem and the solution in one hand.
yeah.
The problem, media controlled by the government, which is the big problem that you're seeing in the States. This is why CNN, NBC, all these places are fucking cratering. No one's watching them. In Canada, who the fuck listens to CBC except old ass dinosaurs and people that are in hospice care? They don't have a fucking choice.
It's like a torture mechanism.
No,
People in
it's the
jail.
only-
This is all you get.
Yeah, like that's what you get. So, but the thing is, no one is trusting them. So people are like, for me especially, like I have a real hard time. Like, yeah, I look at CBC. We have the article pulled up from CTV. Yeah, I use them, but I don't trust their takes on things. You have to almost look at the writer. But I don't want to really talk about that. It's more you are now being compelled to speak a certain way in Canada. Where was it C11, B, and Bill C18? We're trying to regulate people's speech online. And that now that there's another proposal for a committee or laws to be passed for hate crimes. I don't know what, please, someone tell me what a hate crime is. Like, do you know what a hate crime is?
I would assume that a hate crime is a crime that is a crime towards anybody who is either a race thing, religion, gender, a gay, straight, like all that other stuff, like somebody who they're like against, and they're only attacking these people because of those reasons, not because that like, oh, though they hurt me first or something like that. No, it's I'm going to attack you because you're gay or you're black or you're Christian. That's what I think hate crime is.
Well, okay, but so I'm trying to understand, like, let's say I call you a racist word and you don't find it offensive.
Okay.
But someone else does? Like, what if I don't find that offensive? What if someone called me a fucking male monster or a male demon or whatever, or a cracker? Like, okay, like
Yeah.
that means nothing to me. If someone called me a wop, okay, so what?
Yeah.
Like that, I think that's when you have laws that are based on emotion as opposed to reality.
I agree. I mean,
And it makes no sense. Like I really try to understand. Like, if I punch you, okay, that's assault. If I Amber Heard the fuck out of you, yeah, well, that's assault and battery. That could be like second degree assault.
You know what I was
Okay?
thinking of too? Sorry, with that whole thing? Rihanna. Rihanna is a black woman. When she got beat up by Chris Brown, you could see the broken lip. You could see those bruises through her skin. Amber Heard just looks like shadow. Like you gotta really look. Oh yeah, okay, I see a bit of coloration.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the way of, well, would that be considered a hate crime? Considering we're talking about hate crimes, not fucking Chris Brown. But but would that be like, because he at that point he hated her. I don't think that'd be unreasonable to say that Chris Brown wanted to beat the fuck out of her, whatever she said. Like, hey, could you turn the air conditioning up a little bit? I'm a little hot. Just fuck you, bitch.
Just so angry.
But why is that not a hate crime? Like, is it just because it's to a protected class? Well, is Rihanna not a female and a minority? So is that a race-based law? Hold on, I gotta adjust this. Fucking Chrome blinding me.
Oh, I'm like,
But
what?
but would that not be considered a hate crime? Like, is it one race has to do it to another? Like, or is it like what if a trans person beats the fuck out of a white guy?
I don't know.
Like a straight man. Is that a hate crime?
I guess depending on why he's beating him up. If he's beating him up because he is white
You fucking bigot.
or because he is a male, then that would be, I would think, considered a hate crime. When you're beating up somebody just for something along those reasons, yeah. I mean, to me, it doesn't
Well,
matter if it's two black people going at each other, two white people, whatever. If one of them is different, like I said, like gay or trans or whatever, and that's the only
okay,
reason that they're beating them up.
but those are marginalized groups. A hate crime, also known as a bias motivated crime or crime bias crime, is a prejudice motivated crime which occurs when a perpetrator targets a victim because of their membership or perceived membership of a certain social group or racial demographic.
Okay, so you just put in fancy
But
words what I said. Okay.
okay, but so like we had looked up this information before, like race, religion, sexual orientation, language, disability, sex, age, other factors, unknown motivation. So then how for unknown motivation, how can you constitute something a hate crime if you don't even know the motivation?
I, I,
I'll like
I don't think you can unless you actually know what the motivation is. Like a black man plowing a vehicle into a bunch of white people, I would consider that a hate crime.
well, not according to our society. They said that that's the voice of the unheard.
See, that just there's too much of this shit that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like they give excuses for some people and then hang the other ones. Like it makes no sense to me.
Well,
It's not
and this
consistent.
is where I don't understand the idea of hate crimes. I trust like I don't think a hate crime should be a motivating factor. Like I said, if I punch you, okay, well, why did you punch her? Because I fucking felt like it. How about that? Good enough reason? Oh, well, but you're a white male and you punched a female who is considered a protected class. Uh, what?
Yeah.
But oh, right, a Caucasian male is not a straight Caucasian male is not a protected class, but a straight Caucasian female is.
I gotta say, I think the straight white males are probably one of the most hated people in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And but if someone, if I did a Jesse Smollett I'm sure. I don't think the police would be, banging up every single door and every phone number to try and track the people down. They would go, "Oh, well, that's quite unfortunate, Whitey." Probably not,
Right?
but I this is like I truly try to grasp this, that like the okay, so to go back to Tara Lich, is not to verbally, in writing, financially, or by any other means support anything related to the Freedom Convoy. Tara Lich has continued her support of the convoy cause with the assistance of Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms. So, because okay, I I don't think you grasp the gravity of that statement. She is suing, or potentially having to sue the government, where Brian Peckford is suing the Canadian government because they directly violated our constitutional rights. The Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms is a legal firm, is a law firm that is suing the government because of their violations of the Constitution, our Charter of Rights.
Huh.
So it's almost like they're saying, because you are working with this law firm, you should go back to jail.
No, that's not okay.
Like, no, you can't use this lawyer. You have to use a different lawyer. Turn your exposure down. Jesus Christ.
It's funny you say that. I just happened to look. I was like, holy shit, because the sun just peeked through the clouds and it's been cloudy all day. So I'm trying here. My exposure is all the way down. All the way down.
Oh.
I'll turn the brightness down now. There we go.
Yeah, so the Crown alleges that the Calgary-based Justice Center, JCCF, a registered charity that has led legal challenges of COVID measures, has a collaborative and representative relationship with Lich. A charity that has led legal challenges. That, son of a bitch. That should be like. I'm speechless.
I don't know how they're getting away with this.
People are apathetic. They're complacent. They just don't care. People don't care. What rights did you lose? Well, and this is so funny when talking to people, and they say, we have freedom of speech in Canada. Look in there. Have you read the Charter of Rights?
Yeah, where?
Nowhere does it say freedom of speech is enshrined in the Charter of Rights. Nowhere. Nowhere. I don't. Charter of Rights. Like,
I don't know. This is pretty crazy to me. What about that other guy? Oh, what the hell was his name? He was the other one that got arrested with her.
oh, Pat King, he's still in prison.
Is he really? How is he still in prison?
Yeah. I don't remember the particulars around it. Okay, so I'm looking. Okay, rights and freedoms of Canada. Fundamental freedoms. Everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of thought, belief, opinion, and expression. What does that mean? What does expression mean? Because you can't protest the government, including freedom of the press. Well, tell that to Rebel News, tell that to True North, tell that to any other press.
Yeah.
And other media of communication, freedom of peaceful assembly, and freedom of association. So those are our fundamental freedoms. And then they get into every citizen has the right to vote in an election. No House of Commons, no Legislative Assembly shall continue for longer than 5 years.
They couldn't even make it a couple of weeks before they, had to enact emergency measures and call in the army and shit like that.
Every citizen in Canada has the right to enter, remain in and leave Canada. Well, no, you cannot. You cannot leave Canada. You have to actually. You either have to drive within Canada, or if you wish to leave Canada, well, like I said, you can't take a train or a plane. You have to drive, whatever. Every citizen of Canada and every person who has the status of a permanent resident has the right to move to and take up residence in any province. Well, is that not a violation of the rights when they said that you can't enter this province if you potentially had COVID? To pursue the gaining of a livelihood in any province. Nowhere does it say freedom of speech. To be fair, opinion and expression will get you thrown in prison. So please, where?
I guess people just assume it. I don't know. Maybe they hear Americans talk about it a lot, or they just assume because we can say words that make sounds that come out of our mouth that we have freedom of speech, and don't actually realize the ramifications of certain speeches that come out of your mouth, what they can entail.
In fact, we have speech laws in Canada.
Yeah.
We do not have freedom of speech enshrined in our Charter of Rights. And I'll say, Brian Peckford, you really fucked up with that. And I know he's not the only one, but like, I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't
even
get
look
where
at,
people.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I don't get where people think that we have freedom of speech in Canada. Nowhere in it does it say ever. You have freedom of thought. Well, Theresa Tam showed that we need to eliminate wrongthink, belief. Even the belief that your ideas might be different than someone else's. Well, you should be banned. You shouldn't be allowed to talk. Because you don't know as much as I do, and I don't know as much as the next person. So because my beliefs are different than yours, oh, but they're misogynists, they're racist, they're right-wing extremists, they're terrorists. Opinion and expression. Okay, well, look at all this talk about misinformation. Okay, well, you're not allowed to have an opinion. You're not allowed to express those opinions, including freedom of the press. Okay, nope, can't do that. And other media of communication. Government has actively tried to put laws in place in order to limit communication, where the government gets to dictate what you can and cannot say. Tamara Lich has her rights taken away for a misdemeanor. Like I said, this is something when they have nothing else to throw at you and they just make, disorderly conduct.
And the funny thing is, like, they're like actively trying to destroy her life. Because I mean, the thing is, even keeping somebody in jail for say 18 months, oh my god, 18 days, they could lose their job from that. They could lose their house because their payments aren't being made. Money's not coming in. Their family could lose like food, like depending. But then people would be like, "Well, that's her fault. She shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have done this." Da, 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 da. Like,
Exactly. Well,
yeah.
why'd you do that? If you knew that this was going to happen, why would you do that?
I don't think anybody knew that was going to happen.
Well, because my constitutional rights says that I have freedom of peaceful assembly and freedom of association. Okay, so if you get a mischief charge, okay, no, you're no. And I'll be fair, I'm not some like crazy absolutist. Like if you do break a law, like the people that were blockading, yeah, like that were blocking like the ports, yeah, fucking throw them in prison because they're actually violating someone else's rights. Notice, rights are what you are entitled to. It has nothing to do what someone needs to do for you. That's what a right is supposed to be. That is something that is yours. I have a right to that money. I have a right to do, the things in our Constitution.
Yeah.
But when you start, like if I kidnap you, okay, well, I have violated your rights. Which laws should be designed to protect those rights, not to curtail those rights.
Yeah.
I think that's where people start to, they get to, well, everyone just needs to be nicer. Okay. Or like when we've had these discussions about, watching a guy like beat the fuck out of a woman, and people just stand there and watch. And people have said, well, why can't they just step in? Because that is not my body, my choice is not your right to use.
Yeah.
Which I understand the pure libertarian stance of no one is entitled to your body. I get that. I get that argument.
Just as you shouldn't be
But
obligated to throw yourself in front of a knife during a knife fight just to help protect
yeah,
somebody else. Like that's not an obligation.
yeah. So, and that's really, really fucked up that Ottawa is such a fucking shithole. Holy fuck. I haven't, well, yeah, no, I drove like past Ottawa, but there's a bunch of woke fucking losers.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't you just leave us alone? Why do you have to protest here? Because you are the place where the federal government resides. I can't go to Wendy's or some shit and go protest the federal government there. I wouldn't go to the legislative building to protest the federal government.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? Where everyone's saying, well, this is a provincial issue. You should be protesting there. You think people weren't doing that as well?
Yeah.
And
That's
it is a federal issue when the government is saying, oh, your job is under threat. You will lose your but wait. To pursue the gaining of a livelihood in any province. Oh, if the government deems it's okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you forgot that part.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, even with the freedom of speech thing, like, okay, you look in the state, someplace who does actually have it in their,
Only place.
yeah, but it was still being assassinated or attacked. Do you know what I mean? Like, the thing is, if you have freedom of speech, then why are so many Americans being shushed on things like Twitter and stuff like that? Like, they're literally being censored, booted off, whatever. Like, that's going against someone's freedom of speech because you're not allowed to say what you want to say because it's going to hurt somebody else's precious little feelings. Because everything isn't about actual right or wrong anymore. It's about protecting people's precious feelings.
Well, so like, and I understand, and I agree with this. I don't think that a private business should be able to do whatever they want. Like, honestly, I really believe that if they want to have an enforce, everyone has to wear Speedos to work. Okay, hey, some people will do that, but you might also, somewhere else opens up and says, hey, you have to put clothes on. Like, you're not walking around with your fucking banana hammock. You gotta, dress like something.
I might want to
So
work there.
people
It could
will
be
go
making
there.
things interesting.
No, you don't want to see this in a Speedo. But it's like, hey, if there's a business that says, hey, no black people allowed, okay, well then black people won't go there. And people that, hey, just want to go to this business or want to patron that business, they will. People vote with their dollars. But if it's one place, if there's only Amazon and they say, oh, well, this book is banned, okay, that's the only place you can buy it. That is 1984, where the government decides, that is communism, where the government decides what you can and cannot purchase.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in the Communism 101 handbook.
Yeah, 1984.
Right? Something that was supposed to be a fictional novel has now turned into a pamphlet of
The how-to.
yeah.
The how-to manual.
Yeah.
No, Amber, stay out. A little teaser for something that's coming up. But so I had this. I don't know why this article isn't showing. Maybe. So Netflix is downsizing, big
What do you mean
time.
oh, dramatic. What do you mean downsizing? Like downsizing its shows or its employees?
Its employees.
Okay.
I, I just put it into the show map. I don't know why I didn't pull up. But people like Netflix is hemorrhaging subscribers. They are hemorrhaging um, good shows. Like a lot of their shows are being pulled off. They're going to other places. And
Well,
have you seen what they have recently released on Netflix?
well, I've seen some of the things that they've recently released, but 150 employees, I'm not gonna lie, doesn't sound like a lot. Get out of here.
This is another round of them laying people off.
Oh. Company
Netflix.
is well, they have 11,000 employees in total. Okay.
Yeah, but they've had whole divisions, whole studios that they. There we go. From one day ago. Oh well, this is just from yeah. God damn it! Fucking. Oh wait. Okay, fine. Business Insider. I don't want what you're selling. I don't like it. It sucks. Um. Yeah, lays off. Yeah, 150 employees. They've shut down studios. They've had to change a bunch of departments that they just no longer exist. But they've been hemorrhaging money. Their stock has fucking tanked.
Whoa, they lost
Netflix,
around 200,000 subscribers. Ugh.
200,000 subscribers, and they're expecting to lose another 2 million. So at their peak, their stock was at $680. As of today, 190. 190. Yeah, the during COVID was their November of 21 was their highest at 691.69, and their lowest 177.66. Holy shit!
That's crazy.
Well, but look at all the programming that they have out.
Oh, they're woke shit, you mean?
Yeah, he's expecting cuties. Fuck, what was there was a couple other ones that like it's all this woke garbage. So you know what? Like Disney has done it. So people are finding alternatives. You know, as far as I know, HBO hasn't turned to shit. The She-Hulk that just released, people are criticizing it, and of course, the woke brigade, fucking gade, woke brigade. There we go.
Bargate?
Brigade comes out and says, you don't like this movie because it's a woman.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
aware it's She-Hulk, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, all the comics
One of,
never sold. She-Ra never sold. Wonder Woman never sold. 100%. It's just because it's a woman. Yep.
yeah, no, She-Hulk, but like one of the longest running comic book series in history. No, it's because it's a woman. No, at some point you have to realize that, you know, and I brought I've made this kind of comparison before of get that off. That, you know, like Lord of the Rings was someone's life's work. it took them years upon years, decades, to write this novel, to write stories where they developed characters, they developed a world, they're, the protagonist, antagonist, the conflicts, they did all this stuff. And now it's people that don't put in the work, don't write, aren't creative, aren't interested in even in using the source material, let alone creating your own material that is as compelling. You go, I can do that. Like, it's like going it's like watching someone play guitar. Holy fuck, they make that look easy.
Or gymnastics.
It's like that. Yeah. You're like, oh fuck yeah, I could do that. I could spin around on a bar. Like, how hard is that?
Backflip.
Go and do it. Yeah. But that's like that's where we have come. Looking at Star Trek, which was a unifying show, it dealt with cultural issues. It talked about, death. It talked about different races and how they work together and all these different types of ideas. And now they just go, well, but that's not conducive to today's society. You don't understand what was actually put into it. And like to make characters compelling. Oh, well, the Mary Sues of everything. Okay, well, no one likes that. No one's interested in that. And honestly, I thought the She-Hulk thing, I thought that was in regards to Johnny Depp's lawyer. Like when you see the pictures of She-Hulk and Camille, they look the same. Or at least like at a glance when I first looked, are people like photoshopping her as the Hulk, like She-Hulk? What's going on here? And no, the new She-Hulk released or the teaser trailer released, and people aren't interested in it. Are you comparing the two?
Not comparing. I'm looking it up though. Okay, this is She-Hulk. Okay. Let's take a little look see at her here, and then Camille. What's
Yeah,
her last name? Do we know?
Vasquez.
It is that one.
Yeah, she's a Mexican. Vasquez.
I could see the similarities.
That's what
It's feisty. I like
that's what I thought. That's what I thought people were talking about. So I'm like, oh, that's fucking that's brilliant. I love it. But speaking of, I think I have a Photoshop job to do.
Photoshop job.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn Camille Vasquez into the real She-Hulk.
Yeah, do it. 100%.
But you're seeing Netflix is tanking. Like, to be fair, all stock markets are down. And I know if anything makes me hard in this world, it's talking about stocks.
I know. I know.
I know everyone loves it.
100%.
I get a financial boner. Oh fuck.
Okay, that's a little much.
Diversifying. Oh god, I'm gonna diversify.
Jesus. Oh. I don't know why, but I just literally like envisioned you like spoofing out dollar bills. That would be awesome. I tell you to diversify all the time.
How I roll, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, penny stocks. Oh, penny stocks.
Whatever gets you off, I guess.
Old ladies.
That's hot. You just like picture me as like a giant brick of gold.
Oh, an old lady.
What?
Why do you think I married you?
How rude. So mean. I gotta call Wade. I gotta get my hair done.
All right. Is there anything else? Well, I guess I could say that the Canadian government has gone on vacation again at the peak of shut the fuck up. It makes so much noise. At the peak of the RCMP being questioned about investigating Justin Trudeau for corruption. Oh, they stopped that whole thing. Oh, the questions about invoking the Emergency Act. Oh, we're going on vacation, everyone. I prorogued Parliament. Bye. See you in the summer. You're such a weaselly fucking cunt.
Oh my god. So we just called him a weasel at the same time. That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I called him a weaselly cunt.
We're so meant for each other. We even have the same insults.
No, but he, and this is why people and I've said before, the system fails when people stop believing in it. This is why you're seeing crypto fall. You're seeing all stocks are falling right now because people are losing faith in the system. So when they no longer support the system, they leave, and they don't leave. They go somewhere. In fact, I think I was seeing in Florida people that they were looking at, well, this is recent, like this was like today, that people were trying to seek asylum. Like Ron DeSantis was saying, we're seeing a lot of Canadians come here because they are seeking freedom, and we want to try and help them as much as we can.
Just funny because Canada used to be a place people used to come to for freedom.
We are in a bad place. And when government is no longer held accountable, people can't even hold it accountable. I think we've lost.
Yeah.
I'll say I haven't seen a bigger transformation in the negative for Canada this quickly ever. And I mean negative, not it's been incremental progress. I have a problem with protected classes. That I do have a problem with. I have a problem with hate speech. I have a problem with the compelled speech and the divisive and the division. Jagmeet fucking Justin's real cock holster. And the types of things that he was saying about so there was in London, Ontario, apparently it was a racially motivated attack. Okay, so again, if a person, say, took a car and ran over a bunch of fucking people, okay, like they killed or attempted to maim people, is that not already, like, that's already a crime? But that's where I again, but then it's this is a far right extremist thing, and it's weird. That dude from fucking Buffalo was a lefty authoritarian. What group is a lefty authoritarian? I doth ponder. Ooh.
You need your long beard again.
Who was a what group is left-wing authoritarian? You have any guesses? Anyone in the comments? You got a guess?
Stalin?
I don't know if he was considered left. No, I think he was actually considered right-wing authoritarian.
I don't know.
Because right-wing is typically the preservation of institutions and respecting those institutions. Look at the political compass of Hitler. Oh, right. Leftists. Ah, that's who. That's who's left-wing authoritarian. It's the same people Justin Trudeau kneeled to. It's the same people the Ottawa Cuck Police kneeled to. That's right. It wasn't right-wing people.
I
Ah.
was right with Stalin. Hold
Well,
on.
no, you said Hitler.
Yeah, and then I said Stalin. So the Hitler one, it
Oh,
looks to be I'm wrong here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So we got Stalin, China, Castro, Vietnam, Pakistan.
weird, huh? And they're all left-wing authoritarian.
Yeah.
I wonder where Justin Trudeau, because he admires all of those. I wonder what side of the political spectrum, autism spectrum, he falls on. So this is,
Right.
and you know what? And to be fair, I hate the idea of being divisive. I I do hate it, and I hate the fact that we have become so fractured and so tribalized that anyone, oh well, when as the second you throw a label on someone, like I don't, and to be clear, I don't hate Jagmeet because he has a fucking turban. I don't hate him because of his skin color. I hate him because of his ideas. I hate that he's a hypocrite. I hate that he has no conviction. That is weak. And I think anyone in a leadership position has to show leadership. He is the opposite that I would ever associate with any type of leader.
Yeah.
Someone that will stand against the mob saying, no, I know I am right. I know what I am doing is fair and just, and I am looking at upholding the laws that our land is founded upon. No, it's not that. He's going, burn the whole system down, change it. Let's get a Fidel Castro-esque compatriot here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would love for people, when they see a Canadian flag, the power that flag used to represent
Yeah.
of a small nation that did big things. And I mean small in terms of populace, not in terms of landmass. A small populace that was able to do massive things in the world, to improve the world, to improve the country. I've always been the idea of you have to practice what you preach. You be the example. You set the example. And it's like you see when Russia first invaded Ukraine, what did Russia get to say to Canada? You're going to preach to us about human rights when you jail your own pastors. You assault your own citizens for protesting you. China said the same thing. And Canada has the moral high ground here. And I said this back then too. We fucked up when China can take the moral high ground.
Right.
You've really failed as a country, of a free democratic country, where we jail journalists, where we jail protesters, not rioters. There's a big difference. Where we support, where our government enforces laws to the letter against one ideology and completely leaves it for another.
Yeah.
We have failed of equal representation. Truly failed as a country. And I've said before, Canada does not feel like a place I can call home. Where my perceived skin color is a negative. How fucking racist does that sound, Canada? That's you. That's who you have become. My skin color stops me from being able to achieve things that I want to. How fucking disgusting are you?
Yeah.
It's unreal. Unreal.
I agree.
We're going to send 1.5 billion to another racist communist country. I shouldn't say communist, corrupt beyond all belief country. Let's send them one. Did you see that this defunct steel plant in Ukraine, in Mariupol, that Russia was beaten back by Ukraine?
No.
There's a defunct steel mill. Doesn't produce steel, but it goes like it doesn't produce steel anymore.
Oh, okay.
And so Russia has been targeting this place. Why?
Right?
Ukraine sent more soldiers to reinforce a dead steel mill. Doesn't produce steel anymore.
What are they hiding there?
My guess, from what I was able to, I think it's a bio lab. I put this tweet out earlier today. I don't know if it's true, but from what I was able to gather, it seemed quite likely. Russian or Ukrainian soldiers were taking citizens into this defunct steel mill and using them as human shields. A great nation that's really winning this war.
You dropped the bomb on something just so disgusting, and then you completely froze after. So they were using people as human shields, and then you had that look of disgust, which followed by my look of "Are you freaking kidding me?" And then you went
Yeah.
robot-y. So what'd you say after that?
No, I said that like Russia can't. Oh, here we go. Witnesses claim Ukraine is using human shields in Mariupol. Nationalists in Mariupol using civilians as SEAL. This is from Telesur English. Russia has blamed Kiev for allowing nationalist fighters operating in Ukraine to use civilians as human shields and ordering its forces in Mariupol to become martyrs. From The Guardian, Ukrainian children use as human shields near Kiev.
That's so gross.
Russia,
But this is who we're sending money to, is people who are literally using their own citizens and children as shields. Really?
yeah. So like I said, The Guardian. I don't know the validity of their reporting, but I just put it into the show map here. So in this steel mill, they were using people as human shields so that Russians couldn't gas the place and kill all the soldiers because they were putting civil. This is a country. This all okay. Put the tinfoil fucking hat on because we're going for a fucking ride. This sounds like the world's largest money laundering scheme in action. That's what this seems like.
I don't think that would be really far-fetched, to be honest. It doesn't sound full tinfoil hat, maybe only half.
Russia has been accused by Ukraine on. Russia has been accused by Ukraine of using children as human shields while regrouping its forces, as they first horrifying witnesses come from the newly liberated town of Bucha near Kiev. Ukrainians horrifying accounts. Man, you're fucking coaches of children. Coaches of children were said to have been placed in front of tanks in the village of Novi Boykiv, close to the encircled city of Chernihiv. When is this from?
In this article that you just
April.
sent, sorry, it says that Ukraine's prosecutor general said that at least 412 children have been injured or killed since the invasion began in February, of which 158 were dead.
And, and I've said this. In fact, I said this quite a bit ago. When Ukrainian soldiers are using civilian vehicles in order to move around, well, I'm sorry, those civilian vehicles now become targets.
Well, yeah.
So that doesn't sound like a country winning a war.
Or trying to protect its people.
No. So okay, so this is making the accusation that Russia is using children. And if that is true, that is beyond disgusting. Beyond fucking disgusting. Let's see. India Today. Russia claims Ukraine nationalists used 150 civilians as human shields. This is India Today. I don't know their political affiliation, so. Right, yeah. On day 12 of the Russia-Ukraine war, Moscow claimed that Ukrainian nationalists used 150 citizens in Mariupol as human shields. Meanwhile, the International Court of Justice is opening 2 days of hearing at its headquarters on Ukraine's request to order Russia to halt its combat operations. Okay, that's it. That's it. Oh, it's a video. I'm not watching the video. Oh, I don't know. Oh, right. I believe the Azov Battalion, the neo-Nazi group, has actually been defeated.
So gross.
I am commander of Azov. Dennis, shut up. Fucking neo-Nazi. This is a tweet from Ukraine World. I'll put this in the show now. Right? This is what happens when you start going down rabbit holes. Hundreds of civilians are sheltering. Among them are people of all ages. Okay, hold on. I am commander of Azov. Okay. I call to the leaders of the world. Right now in Mariupol at Azovstal, which I believe is their base, hundreds of civilians are sheltering. Among them are people of all ages, women, children, and families of Mariupol defenders. Oh, look at the first comment. Human shield, in fact, a brat from comfy Denmark interest. Activation trumps all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm just, if that accusation is true, we're sending $1.5 billion to this country a year. A year. That's what Canada has pledged to do with your money. A year.
Wow.
What the fuck? Yeah. All right, let's.
Oh, that sounds
let's,
scary. Russian army. It's in one of the comments. It says savages. The witness. The Russians gave us permission to leave and then waved us goodbye and wished us luck. And then when we were crossing the field, they started firing at us from every direction. Yikes.
Probably. I don't know. Like I said, I feel always in war, it's not the soldiers that die, it's the civilians that die.
Yeah. The innocent.
A little hyperbolic, but
No, it's the innocent that end up getting penalized for the big macho men's decisions to frickin' do things. The government's decision to do stupid things, the civilians are the ones getting punished for it. It's not right.
Yeah, no.
I think when one country or whatever, or people in government or whatever royalty, I don't fucking care. Whoever's in the higher ups, if they got a problem with somebody else in a higher up, y'all should take it out with each other. Just meet someplace, you guys duke it out on a frickin', what do you call it, boxing ring or whatever, UFC ring, anything. You guys duke it out, winner takes all. Like, stop fucking hurting innocent people. Like, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Have a dance off. even better.
Oh no! If it like that's what I've seen with the steel mill, that it's actually it's a lab.
Well, they're definitely
Why
hiding
would you? Why
something
would you be? Yeah. All right. I don't know. With that, let's get the fuck out of here. All right.
there. All right. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time to sit with us and hear some things that we have to say about the craziness going on in the world today. Don't forget you can check us out in all the places listed in the description box below, and along with all of our receipts.
Hello.
And we will catch you on Friday.
Stop being racist.
No. That was the best. Tell my wife to stop being racist. No. Okay. Bye, guys.